you still get sick. Demons still attack you. You know, you don't have any power. You're not even calling upon the names of Yahweh Shai in sincerity. And you're still a man. The scripture says our righteousness is as filthy rags, man.
And not only that, you're still wrong.
Yeah.
You still don't even got the whole doctrine right. You know? You still got stumbling blocks that you need to make straight.
Yep. The MOTB.
Huh?
The full name.
Huh? And that's going to be the ultimate test. You know, you pretty much revealed that some of your members, you know, took the jump shot. Well, that's just an indicator that you had people in your congregation that really didn't have faith. But they're supposed to, your followers are supposed to see the faith that you have. You're supposed to be a reflection of that leadership, where people that follow you and come up under you see that same level of faith. They should have been able to say, you know what? We see how our elder bishop is walking. They don't trust the shit. They saying don't take the shit. Don't trust it. Don't trust thine enemy. So on and so forth. We not finna do that. But apparently, you said it yourself. You said a minimum of 20 people. You know? And you wasn't adamant about telling them don't take it. You know? So now look. But now this same man who didn't, you know, stand upon his watch as a steward, as an overseer, you responsible for over 20 souls.
You got blood on your hand.
How many brothers in Great Millstone fell through over that?
Right.
Through this whole so-called pandemic.
Our apostles made it clear what was going on.
Crystal clear.
There's shit in there, at worst.
Yeah.
There's shit in there that we shouldn't be putting in our bodies according to the doctrine of the law. They're big on the law over there, supposed to.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You were still reading?
No. That was what I had.
You
No, that brother had
Daniel.
Daniel chapter 5, verse 1, it says, Belshazzar the king made a great feast to 1,000 of his lords and drank wine before the 1,000. Belshazzar, whilst he tasted the wine, commanded to bring the gold and silver vessels which his fathers Nebuchadnezzar had taken out of the temple which was in Jerusalem, that the king and his princes, his wives, and his concubines might drink therein. Then they brought the golden vessels that were taken out of the temple of the house of the Most High, which was at Jerusalem, and the king and his princes, his wives, and his concubines drank in them. They drank wine and praised the gods of gold and of silver, and brass, of iron, of wood, and of stone. In the same hour came forth fingers of a man's hand.
Done. Hey, so what happened? They're in their folly, they're in their pride, you know, they feel exalted because what? You know, they're already in the power position. They took the vessels that were ours, they sipping yayan out of it. You know, he's saying his speech, he probably talking shit. And then what? The Lord made sure that what? That hand came and wrote that message upon the wall, man. So what? It cut the whole spirit of folly right out of that party, man. Immediately. It was at an instant. The Lord shut that shit down, man. Come on, go ahead, bro.
And that's where the phrase, the writings on the wall comes from.
Come.
It says, in the same hour came forth fingers of a man's hand, and wrote over against the candlestick upon the plaster of the wall of the king's palace. And the king saw the part of the hand that wrote. Then the king's countenance was changed.
Hey, immediately, man. It says his countenance was changed. So, you know, hey, at that moment, he was immediately humble. You know? He went from I'm that, you know, that Jake said in the world, I'm that nigga type of spirit, to, oh shit, man, what is this? So, you know, if he's seen it, the other people around him seen it as well. And when you can't explain something that happens, when you can't explain a phenomenon, what happens, man? You start losing it. You try to rationale what's happening, hey, and you don't have the ability to do it.
And what did it say in the Wisdom of Solomon?
Yeah,
17?
It says,
the fear of the
suckers.
fleeing of the succors that reason off.
The betraying of the Sakurs.
Yeah, the betraying of
The
the
train of the Sakura that reason off, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Because you can't explain what just happened. But the message itself.
He said fear is the betraying of the Sakurs.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right, exactly what you're saying, bro.
And our Sakur is Yahweh Shema Shai.
Yeah.
And for somebody carnal, it's the unexplained of something happening. You know, when something happens, how all of a sudden it's just somebody just start tagging, but there's nobody there. You know, you need a person to do that when you think with a carnal mind. But the Heavenly Father him was something that they can't explain, and it blew their minds.
Daniel 5 and verse 6. Then the king's countenance was changed, and his thoughts troubled him, so that the joints of his loins were loose, and his knees smote one against another.
God, he was shaking. His stomach started hurting. You know, he probably, his stomach started probably bubbling or something. Keep going, bro.
Verse 7. The king cried aloud, screamed in the astrologers, the Chaldeans, and the soothsayers. And the king spake and said to the wise men of Babylon, whosoever shall read this writing and show me the interpretation thereof shall be clothed with scarlet and have a chain of gold about his neck.
God. So he was willing to what? To just get the answer of what was happening. He was willing to basically give the man that was able to break it down, a position within his kingdom. A power seat, man. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, because wisdom was in high regard. So if somebody could break things down, hey, you deserve to be in a high position.
Right? You got somebody that can break down dreams and visions with accuracy.
Good.
You want that man in here
One
next to you.
Yeah.
And look at it today. Who are those men breaking down the mysteries, the prophecies, the dreams, the visions? Hey, it's the men of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. That's on the highways and hedges, proclaiming the downfall of this kingdom every week. Hey, not only on camp day, but throughout their daily lives, man. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, we've been granted with the wisdom in order to answer these questions. And that's why the prophets are such a crucial part within the kingdom. Because when everyone else is clueless, hey, the answers are found within the men. Go ahead, bro.
Without vision, the people perish. You need the vision, because the vision is the Lord communicating with Israel through his prophets.
And how you need to know, everybody wants to know the future. That's the whole purpose. Everybody wants to know if they're going in the right way. And you need somebody to break that down straight from the source that ordered life in its direction.
These other nations, they have their seers, they're what do they call them? The diviners, they're magi's, These guys supposedly, remember, they read your palm and they tell you your future and shit. Like, that's all fake though. Like, the prophets of Yahweh Shem Shai are the ones who really see the future. That shit is written with the right understanding.
And shall be the third ruler in the kingdom. Verse 8. Then came in all the king's wise men, but they could not read the writing, nor make known to the king the interpretation thereof. Then the king Belshazzar greatly troubled, and his countenance was changed in him, and his lords were astonished. Now the queen, by reason of the words of the king and his lords, came into the banquet house, and the queen spake and said, O king, live forever. Let not thy thoughts trouble thee, nor let thy countenance be changed. There is a man in thy
people
kingdom
that will big you up, that unrighteously. Okay, that's exactly what she came in and did. Big him up, had him feeling all lifted up with pride, and he felt it.
Okay.
Verse 11. There is a man in thy kingdom in whom is the spirit of the holy God, and in the days of thy father light and understanding and wisdom, like the wisdom of the gods, was found in him. Whom the king Nebuchadnezzar, thy father the king, I say, thy father made master of the magicians, astrologers, Chaldeans, and soothsayers, for as much as an excellent spirit, and knowledge and understanding, interpreting of dreams, and showing of hard sentences, and dissolving the doubts were found in the same Daniel, whom the king named Belshazzar. Now let the Daniel be called, and he will show the interpretation.
Who was an Israelite, man? Who was an Israelite, a humble man, man? Whom Yahweh Shemel Shah put the spirit on, to break down the mysteries, man. Because only Daniel was the only one that could break down their dreams. Everyone else on the left-hand side failed, man. Everyone on the left-hand side failed. Keep going, bro.
Verse 13. Then was Daniel brought in before the king, and the king spake and said unto Daniel, Art thou that Daniel, which art of the children of the captivity of Judah, whom the king my father brought out of Jewry? I have even heard of thee, that the spirit of the gods is in thee, and that light and understanding and excellent wisdom is found in thee. And now the wise men and astrologers have been brought in before me, that they should read this writing and make known unto me the interpretation thereof, but they could not show the interpretation of the thing. And I have heard of thee, that thou canst make interpretations and dissolve doubts. Now if thou canst read the writing and make known to me the interpretation thereof, thou shalt be clothed with scarlet and have a chain of gold about thy neck, and shall be the third ruler in the kingdom.
All right, he basically tried to give Daniel what? That position of, the third in command, man. The third in command for his kingdom. Because we understand that what? The prophet was needed, as the brother brought out, where the vision, where the vision is, the people perish, man.
Where there's no vision.
Yeah, where there is no vision, the people perish. So like, showing you the position. Keep going, bro.
Showing you that kings, they need prophets. They're supposed to have prophets. They will seek the prophets for advice. If we finna go to battle, I need to know from the God of heavens, we're gonna win this war. Is it safe to make this move or that move? The prophet will come and give you the order. That's why they should be fearful of the prophets. You don't know what your status is with the Most High.
Like when Samuel came around, they say the people were afraid.
They said, "Do you come in peace?"
That's how you know the Lord's about to speak. Right now, the Yahweh Shemel Shai is speaking through the mouth of his prophets, warning, building up, tearing down, all that. And this is the time to hearken.
Daniel 5 and verse 17. Then Daniel answered and said before the king, let thy
brother come in some, and it kind of, I don't know if the audio is picking up.
Verse 17. Then Daniel answered and said before the king, let thy gift be to thyself, and give thy rewards to another. Yet I will read the writings unto the king, and make known to him the interpretation. O thou king, the most high power, gave Nebuchadnezzar thy father a kingdom, and majesty, and glory, and honor.
It even shows that Daniel didn't want that exaltation either, man. Because he could have easily accepted it. He could have took the position of third in command then. But what? Hey, he understood, and I believe it even says it how he's gonna that he understood that the power came from Yahweh Shemel Shai, or he glorified it within the moment. Keep going, bro.
Verse 19. And for the majesty that he gave him, all people, nations, and languages trembled and feared before him. Whom he would, he slew, and whom he would, he kept alive, and whom he would, he set up, and whom he would, he put down. But when his heart was lifted up, and his mind hardened in pride, he was deposed from his kingly throne, and they took his glory from him, and he was driven from the sons of men, and his heart was made like the beast, and his dwelling was with the wild asses. They fed him with grass like oxen, and his body was wet with the dew of heaven.
That means what? The Lord made his ass base.
Yeah.
He that exalt himself shall be abased.
Come.
Put him on a level of a damn beast, man. Had him growing out feathers. He was eating grass. Yeah. You reduced him to a straight beast, man. And anybody would have seen some shit like that, y'all scared the shit out you, man. Like this dude was just arrayed with royal apparel and a golden crown. He got command over all these provinces. Everybody's afraid of him, in fear of him. And the next moment you see his ass, he on his knees gobbling up fucking grass, man. neighing and shit, like a beast with feathers